Ah, hello, and welcome to your appointment. It's so nice to see you. The seasons are beginning to change, and I always love to see the people I care about as the seasons shift over. Even though the seasons change, and even though we change, I like to think that the affection remains. My affection for you most certainly does. And as such, I feel some relaxation is in order. It's been a rough time lately for lots and lots of people. I think many deserve a vacation, even though not everyone can afford such. Fortunately, you are in very good company, if that is what you seek. My plan for today is to take you to a location where you can simply let your anxieties ease away. Would you like me to do that? Wonderful. Wonderful. Then I will need you to get comfortable. Whatever position you like is best. To do this, I will have to wrap you within my coils, to hold you closely while I enter your mind and take you where you need to go. There is no pressure on how to get comfortable. You can lay on your belly, on your back. You can sit. You can stand if you want. Whatever is most relaxing to you is the proper way to do this. Ready? Wonderful. Now that you're nice and comfortable, I want you to take a deep breath, as deep as is comfortable for you. Once you've filled your lungs, hold it for a moment and release. Find your rhythm. Find your comfort. Enjoy and luxuriate in the simple act of breathing. I think we often don't take the time to stop and appreciate how good it feels to take a nice, full breath. In, hold, out. There are many guides on how to do this, but I often find them somewhat disruptive. Everyone has a different body. Everyone has a different set of lungs. Everyone has a different tolerance. However you choose to breathe, however you choose to enjoy this simple pleasure, it is yours. I can already see you relaxing somewhat. Let the tenseness flow out of your shoulders. Let them slump just slightly. Unclench your jaw if you haven't already, and let yourself melt into whatever position you most enjoy. I do love seeing people shrug off that weight of the world, that weight of their individual days, to see them truly relax and be themselves. It's one of the reasons I became a therapist, and I am so happy that you share those moments with me. Let's begin properly. Now that you're here and comfortable and breathing, I'm going to begin wrapping you up. My coils are coming in closer now. Feel the tip of my tail as it gently climbs over the top of your feet. Curling, closing, cinching. Closing the distance between you and me. I am around your ankles now. Feel my touch and my weight. Slowly slithering forwards. Turn after turn of warm brown scales, gently slithering up and up towards your knees, drawing thicker and thicker portions of my body up along yours. Feel the patterns of my scales, a million tiny soft diamonds pressing themselves against your form. Feel me climbing up and up, a gentle, soft, encompassing hug. Feel the weight of them grow heavier, a perfect living blanket made just for you, slithering up, up, up. The tip of my tail is swaying, combing over your skin just lightly, an affectionate, explorative touch, here, there, and everywhere as I get a feel for you. Up and over your thighs, around your back once, flowing over your tailbone to come around and gently stroke your belly. Soft, gentle touches as I immerse you. I want you to know that it is okay to relax. It is okay to take a minute to rest and let all of the other worries in your mind flow away. If you do not take a moment for yourself every now and again, how can you be expected to have energy for others? This is the mantra I attempt to keep. With how the world works, it can be so very easy to think that all of you is owed elsewhere, to friends, to family, to the world at large. You give away yourself bit by bit until, when you are alone, there's not much left for you. This will not do. Today, we are going to take some time for you, and you are going to enjoy it for you. If you would like, though who doesn't like enjoying things? Feel my tail as it slowly covers your torso. Your arms are pinned now. You needn't use them. I am taking control here for the time being, and that is all right. That is okay. And you are simply tasked with being comfortable, being present, and being you. That is the only thing that can be asked of you, and that is the only thing I require. Your presence, your smile if you wish to give it, and your relaxation if you wish to sink into it. While I am in control here, I am in control for you. You need do nothing to please me. You need concern yourself not with doing anything wrong. You must simply relax, enjoy my company, and come with me. As these words flow through your mind, feel my tail wrapping up and over your shoulders. Very good. Very good. I need you now, since you are relaxed, to look into my eyes. Now that you're relaxed, I need you to focus on not your eyes, but your mind's eye. Imagine a light. Imagine this light floating above your head. It can be any size, any color, anything you wish. Imagine that this light is radiating warmth, and that this warmth is suffusing you, as though you've just stepped out of a cold house and into the warmth of the world. Very good. Very good. Now, I need you to raise this light. Lift it higher and higher. It takes no strain to do this. It is your mind. You simply nudge, and with a simple thought, the light obeys. Send it higher and higher until its gentle pulses of warmth begin to turn blue, and the blue covers your world. There you are. There you are. And as the blue takes over, I want you to open not your eyes, but your mind's eye, as you hear the sound of gulls and the gentle wash of ocean waters. You are standing now, and I am next to you. You feel sand under your feet. You feel the sun on your back. You are on an island, palm trees gently swaying in the breeze. The sounds of distant life thrumming, humming always. Welcome here to Isle Serena. This place is one of a chain of islands, all of them made for comfort, all of them made for relaxation. Further down, you can see where the sand gives way to well-worn cobblestones made smooth by the island winds. Beyond that, you can see the town that rests in Isle Serena. You can see the multiple houses in multiple colors, townhouses, cottages, little tiny areas from every corner of the globe. You can see Parisian roofs, Roman arches, Italian frescoes, and more, all leading up to a bustling but small area where the residents of Isle Serena live. Despite its slight bustle, the town is somewhat sleepy. Isle Serena and its sister isles do not advertise their wares. If you end up here, it's where you're supposed to be, and all services are free. Everyone who comes without expectation, without an extreme want. They simply wish to exist in an island space, to find where they are most happy, and to take care of others. This is the edict of Isle Serena. I begin to slither towards the cobblestones, to the path leading to Serena's heart. Standing there is a toucan woman. Her feathers are black, shiny, and lovely. Her beak, a palette of colors. She smiles at you and hefts high a flower necklace. You bow your head and she gently adorns you with it, clicking her beak happily. She says her name is Elderus. It is a name that means of the sea, which is true of the entire island's population. Whether you were once from the city, the country, the mountains, or otherwise, once you've made Isle Serena your home, you are of the sea. Because when you get down to it, aren't we all? Elderus gives her wings a happy flap. She says she enjoys being a greeter almost more than any other job on the island. She can tell, whenever anyone arrives to Isle Serena, that they need rest and relaxation. And one of her most favorite things in all the world is to see the way the lines on their face lighten slightly as the sun graces their skin or fur. She loves the way that she can see them sort of taking energy from the island. You might call this, in a modern sense, recovering spoons. But here on Isle Serena, they think of it in slightly more magical terms. And all of its residents are happy to share that serenity with you. And I am quite happy to be here to bask in that. I thank Elderus for her kindness, and we proceed up the cobblestones towards the center of Isle Serena. Within the center is a piazza, where the Serena Bazaar is held. Many pleasant scents fill your nose, the sweetness of tropical fruits, the freshness of the sea spray, and the jovialness of the conversation, which is not a scent, but fills the air nonetheless. Despite the beauty and splendor all around us, the bazaar is sparsely populated. Mostly, it is the various people running their booths who are talking amongst each other at a low murmur. The colors are astounding. You're not sure where to look first. A booth that sells toys has flying dragons rocketing around its tables, trains pushing in and out from between the legs, and various boops and baubles that you cannot even begin to categorize. Further on, there is a flower booth. Every petal seems to be on full display as blooms burst open like fireworks. There are occasional, gentle calls from the stalls to come, observe, and possibly get something. But each and every one of these requests is made with no urgency. Money is not the order of the day in Serena. Here, if you can justify why you want something, then it is given, so long as the justification is offered in honesty and good faith. Beyond this, bartering is the usual way to settle such things. Eventually, one of the booths catches your eye. It's covered in ocean stones, each and every one of them worn smooth by the tides. And on top of each is a painting. Before you can look more closely, a jaguar comes up. They smile, sharp teeth gleaming in the island sunlight. But somehow, despite the sharpness of their smile, they look kind, earnest, happy. Their spots come in a rainbow of colors. Most of them are the usual black, but some of them are the same pastel shades of the houses around us, as though Isle Serena has worked itself into the jaguar's form on a molecular level. As they give a flourish, these spots change color, shifting greens and yellows and pastel blues, all shifting with the jaguar's emotions. They say that their name is Kelani, and that they are the premier painter of ocean stones in Serena. They paint whatever scenes catch their eye. Some of them are from nature, some of them are from dreams, and, according to some island superstition, some of them tell the future. They say that you can pick any stone you want. When you look as though you're about to ask why, they say that you've got the look of a newcomer about you, and that Solara's residents have a certain flair about them. As they say the word flare, all of their spots that are a color flash a vibrant tropical pink. They gesture to the stones on offer and give you your pick of the litter. All of them are beautiful, many, many different scenes. A diver meeting an enormous whale shark within the depths of the ocean, the light from above filtering down through the water and dappling its back with enormous patterns as the two share a moment. A gentle waterfall pouring in a valley somewhere beyond this bazaar. A school of fish, their colors intermingling in a way that you're not quite sure how Kelani managed to paint it. Among these, you find the waterfall catches your eye the most. You wrap your hands around the cool, smooth stone, and Kelani nods their assent. It is yours. They say to enjoy your time in Serena, and that they will be here if you wish to visit for another painting, or, perhaps, to be the subject of one. We stop briefly by the toy booth. It is run by a poison dart frog, their strange, shiny skin pink and black. Any worries you might have had about toxins are quickly assuaged by the frog's kind smile. You believe that this person would never hurt you, and you think that is true. They smile a little more earnestly as they see this in your eyes and offer a gentle explanation that their toxins are completely under their control and offer you no harm whatsoever. You look among their toys. Most of them are carved from wood. One of them is a figurine of a large turtle. You ask after who made it. The frog smiles gently and says that while they make most of their toys, this one in particular was made by someone who likes to trawl the beaches. Perhaps you will meet them soon. Before you can inquire further, someone calls out to you, and you hear a sound a bit like a flag flapping in the wind. As you turn your gaze towards this, you see that it is coming from one of the buildings surrounding the piazza. A blue pastel edifice with the words Rambutan Rescue in friendly letters above. In the window to this building, there is a bat. A fruit bat, it seems, waving urgently at you. His wings beat the air with every flourish, and it is hard not to smile as we walk closer. The bat grins and says that you look like you're new to Isle Serena, and therefore you have to try his fruit. Before you can decline, he has pushed a toothpick with a oddly yellowish pink fruit on the tip into your hand. As you take it, he says his name is Umiko. He runs the Rambutan Rescue. He begins to speak in great grandiose manners, his wings going here, there, and everywhere. You're reminded of a ribbon dancer, if a ribbon dancer had an entire blanket to work with. In between his excited explanations, various creatures from around Isle Serena walk in and out of a nearby door. They leave with beautiful slushies, opulent desserts, and hearty meals and soups. Anyone who wants anything can usually find it at the Rambutan Rescue, if it is edible. Umiko talks about his gardening. He has various gardens that are free to the public around Isle Serena. His goal is to make food that is offered freely and without charge some of the most delicious you will ever encounter. To help with the same, he crossbreeds fruits of all kinds in an attempt to make the most refreshing fruit you can ever imagine. As he says this, you bite into your sample. Your mouth is filled with cool, delicious, sweet, and tangy juice. It tastes like every tropical fruit you've ever encountered all in one. And as you swallow, you feel as though you've drank an entire glass of water with this single cube of delicious fruit. As he sees your expression, he smiles and says that he is glad that you enjoy the fruits of his labor. No pun intended, though if you'd like to ask my opinion on the subject, I think the pun was quite intended. A voice calls him from the kitchen, and he says he has to run, but before he returns to making delicious things for the residents of Isle Serena, he gives you a small waterproof satchel full of the fruit for you to snack on at your leisure. We spend some more time in the bazaar looking at various things. You see a booth of wind chimes that almost sound like gentle, soft singing. Mirrors made from beach sand that show more than reflections. Butterflies float through them, swans swim, fish enjoy their lives, all through these looking glasses. And beyond that, there's even more. Everything is fresh, new, old, worn, and here for you to enjoy. Eventually, however, we decide to partake of Isle Serena's beaches, because what's a visit to an island without a gentle beach walk or slither? We move slowly away from the minor hustle and bustle of Isle Serena's bazaar. The various shopkeepers wave and tell you to visit any time as we leave them in our wake. The beach is soft and warm. The sand is the least abrasive you've ever encountered. It doesn't even seem to cling to your feet or legs as we walk forwards. I slither through it, finding it easy to propel myself through the various granules. To our right, the ocean waves beat a gentle thrum, in and out, in and out. To our left, the palm trees sway in the breeze, the various microbiomes of the island all going about their business at a gentle, low hum. We get so immersed in our walk that we walk for an unspecified amount of time, but eventually you notice a shack sitting just inside the jungle. As you notice it, its door opens and a hulking form pulls itself free of the small building. A shark. A bite mark is on their shoulder, wider than your entire torso, but they seem not bothered by it. Their skin is a bluish gray, and they grin at you, showing rows upon rows upon rows of teeth, as they say welcome to their home. You notice now that behind the shack there are various shelves, on which various wooden implements and toys sit in various stages of completion. You connect the dots within your brain. This is the person who made the toys on the table in the bazaar. She says that her name is Abrasive, and when you ask why they call her that, she simply holds up her arm and allows you to touch. Her form is rough, coarse. You wonder if perhaps that might bother her, but she seems not perturbed at all, though she senses the question. She says that once upon a time she minded. Being so, literally, abrasive often makes people avoid you, and that wasn't even counting her many, many sharp teeth. But she found that the kind of people who were afraid of her for those reasons would never have been her friend anyway. The kinds of people who come to her for woodwork are the kinds who do not judge books by their cover, and she's quite happy to make anything for anyone who simply has the courage to come up and ask. You ask what she's working on currently, and her face lights up slightly more. You get the feeling that most visitors come over to her shack with a project in mind, and not many wish to see her actual creative work unless they are close friends. She takes you inside of her shack and shows you what she is carving. It is a massive conch shell made out of driftwood. Its various spikes and thorns carved immaculately from its surface. You ask her how she gets them so smooth, and she simply lifts the conch shell and rubs it once, twice, 3 times smoothly down her arm. She is her own living sandpaper. She shows you several other things. She doesn't paint her works. She likes the wood to speak for itself. There are many sea turtles, some sharks which may or may not be her family members, various globes and spheres, the countries and islands embossed and risen slightly, in such detail that it must have taken a ton of work and the most delicate touch of a chisel to accomplish. Abrasive says that woodwork calms her. Finding the shape within the wood, what it wants to be, is truly what makes her happiest. No matter how gnarled and unruly the driftwood that drifts in front of her shack, she will find its truest shape and make it so that someone will keep it always. In a way, she considers herself the shepherd of the ocean's most silent children. We stay for a little longer, talking to Abrasive. Her energy is sturdy, heavy, but warm and encompassing. You allow her to hug you before we leave. It is slightly scratchy, but warm and earnest, and that's all that matters. We leave Abrasive's hut and walk further around Isle Serena. Eventually, a path reveals itself in the jungle, and we slither down it, letting the swaying trees brace us on every side. Before long, you hear the sound of a waterfall, its gentle drumming filling your ears as we come to a clearing in the jungles of Serena. The waterfall issues forth into a wonderful river, deep, crystal clear, and blue as the sky. You think back to the rock you were given. This is the waterfall in the painting. I've made some additions. I've requested a large bowl-shaped chair next to a table with 2 ice-cold drinks from the Rambutan rescue. As we slither forward, butterflies issue forth from the foliage on all sides. I come towards the chair and I gesture. Since we are here, why not do the native thing and simply lay back and relax amid the isle's splendor? Would you like that? Very good. Very good. My coils move into action, thick lengths of my body slightly corralling you closer to me, wrapping, holding, securing gently, firmly, and tirelessly. The tip of my tail winds its way around your feet while thicker portions wind you up like a top until you are right next to my chest, an enormous loop of my tail framing your face and your head as I smile to you gently. I bring you into that bowl-shaped chair, in my lap, as it were, as the sound of the waterfall falls down around us. I give you a gentle squeeze and ask if you've enjoyed your time here in Serena. You attempt to nod, which I feel more than see. I smile gently and bring myself in closer to you, nestled here in the warmth of the aisle, the sound of the waterfall and my gently shifting coils all around us. Stay here for as long as you like. Serena will always be available to you, with its residents, its waters, its beautiful skies, and its amazing company. Thank you so much for coming with me, for being here, and for taking the time for you.